Welcome back to Let's Play Space Quest 2 VGA. This is Big Los. We have crashed on the surface of Labion.
Two large rocks make for the only feasible sitting surfaces in the area.
So let's see what's around here.
The trees here have an unusually smooth bark, but are otherwise very similar to the trees on your home planet.
Okay, can we climb them?
You probably have the time to climb a tree, but you're much too lazy.
No, I'm not. I like climbing trees.
Though these two rocks make for the only decent seating, you don't want to hang around here.
You're probably right.
I wanna rock and roll all night.
And party every day.
It smells patently unextraordinary.
Huh.
The trees have no unusual odor.
Okay, how about taste?
You give the tree a good tongue lashing. Licking it won't get you stoned.
Oh. Okay, well, let's see what's up here.
Ah!
You fall to the bottom of the concealed pit. You might have survived the fall had you not come into contact with the several 30-centimeter long spikes planted vertically along the bottom of the pit.
Wow, straight out of Vietnam, huh? Yeah, I kind of figured that was there. Alright, so let's make our way to the right. Let's see what's over here. Is that a green rabbit?
You startle a small creature. It could be a rabbit, but for its green fur and orange spots.
Well, I guess it's well camouflaged. So let's check these mushrooms out. We're gonna save right here. Shroomin' man. Alright.
Aside from their enormous size, they appear to be your average garden variety mushrooms.
I've never seen a purple mushroom.
It's a good listener, and that's about it.
I'm sure.
The mushrooms smell like fungus.
Okay.
You can't eat these mushrooms, Roger.
Why not? They're too big?
Ambitious, aren't we? These things are heavy and well-rooted and would, most likely, tear you a new one.
Let's put it to the test. Let's get close to one. Chomp.
Holy jeez, boy. That mushroom thing sucked you clean up. You can't move a muscle nor see a speck of light. You begin feeling waves of tingling warmth and moisture. Suddenly, it's not so bad in here. Wow, check out the colors, dude. Your body and mind enjoyed the short-lived buzz that is a side effect of the lethal poison you now marinate in. You are oblivious to the end. Not a bad way to go, actually. But it sure is early in the game. I had high hopes for you. They said, who? Roger Wilco? Not a chance. That chump won't last 20 minutes. I said, no way! Roger isn't that lame. So anyway, don't make me look stupid too.
Well, I guess you lost a bet then. That's kind of verbatim what it says in the original game. So let's go over here. Oh, you can still see the bunny?
The startled bunny has fallen into the formerly concealed pit.
Oh, so you can actually interact with the pit now?
You peer into the hole and see the formerly alive bunny, now a mangled corpse, on the end of some large, sharpened sticks.
Can we grab it?
You reach into the deep, dark hole and pull out the bunny. How the hell did you do that? That hole is obviously longer than your arm.
I guess realism isn't a concern here in the future.
You know, the speech really doesn't line up well with the, I want to say, character face boxes. The lip syncing is not synced up at all. Alright. So, we're gonna save up here because there's a couple ways you can die. They're pretty entertaining. We're gonna save trees. So let's climb this tree right here. See what happens. Uh-oh. What's going on here?
This is uncool. It looks like you've adhered yourself to this tree like a fly to fly paper. And speaking of insects, here comes a swarm now.
Touché. Oh, that looks painful.
You'll be proud to know that you have filled today's nutritional requirements for many of the local carnivorous insects. Adventuring is not always pretty.
Oh. Yep, we found a bug. Alright, so we're gonna restore.
You hear something. It sounds not unlike the hovercraft you wrecked it.
Oh, okay, well, it sounds like a rescue ship. Let's wait for it.
These bushes grow in great density to the east. You are in a strange-looking strand of woods. There's nothing of interest.
Help!
Rats, Vohaul's troops have tracked you down and passed sentence for your escape. Tough luck, eh?
But I wasn't escaping. I was trying to get help. Oh, man. So there's no incentive to not...
Suddenly, from somewhere to the east, you hear a twang, followed by a high-pitched shriek.
Anyways, there's no incentive to not escape. So let's go hide behind this tree. Got points for it.
Woof, that was a tense moment. Vohaul's thug failed to spot you and is off to search elsewhere.
Okay, so we heard a noise coming from this direction, so let's go over here. Hey, it's a little pink dude.
The little creature caught in the snare has thick-looking pinkish skin. He looks to be less than a meter tall. He doesn't seem too thrilled with this predicament.
Let's see what other things we could do with him.
He doesn't respond.
Oh, what does it smell
You
like?
don't want to get that close to the little dude.
Why not?
What do you think this is, Lover's Leap?
Yeah.
It's not the licorice kind of rope.
Oh. What kind is it?
The rope looks brown and long.
Uh-huh.
The rope is in use right now. You can't talk to the rope.
Yes, we can.
It smells like the feet of this weird pink creature.
Obviously. Alright, let's just get this guy down.
The rope is in use. You quickly untie the little guy.
Well, maybe now it'll help.
Before disappearing through a tiny hole in the brush, the little pink dude gives you a long look.
I guess he won't.
This tattered old rope? You don't need it. There's a nice strong piece of rope later in the game.
Okay. Thanks for telling me.
It smells like herring. Yes, red herring. You should definitely move on.
Ah.
There is nothing worth eating on this wall of shrubbery.
Okay, what about the tree? Yeah, why don't we try going over here first? What happens if we try to go through?
The foliage here is much too dense for you to pass through.
What about foliage?
Ow!
You feel some corrosive acid on the bark of the tree.
Huh, no crap, huh?
You don't want to talk to this gnarled old tree. The conversation might be twisted.
Yeah.
The tree smells like a tree.
What type of tree? A maple tree?
You're not a vegan or a tregan.
Tregan. Funny. Okay. Well, let's go back to that other screen. And this time, let's go up this path here, over to the left. There's two ways you can go to the left. You could go to the upper path or the lower path. We'll do the upper path. I guess I gotta use arrow keys, yeah.
The mailbox looks typical for a mailbox. There is a slot, a tray, and a sign. The sign says Radical Express, when it totally no doubt for sure has to be there a while previously.
Okay. Let's try to use a bunch of things on
The
it.
tray, which is actually a small indentation in the lower part of the machine, is currently empty.
Okay, can we talk
You
to
have
him?
a one-sided conversation that leaves you feeling as if no one was listening to you at all. Though the computer in the mail transporter is capable of talking to you, it is programmed to act like a well-trained mail technician, and so is not very helpful.
Okay.
Thanks to super advances in technology, mail transporters have the capacity to smell like anything. In fact, for a short period of time, they smelled exactly like what was decided by an intergalactic consortium to be the most fantastic fragrance in the known universe. The mailboxes were so popular that people would schedule their days around using the mail, and running to the mailboxes became the most desired menial task in all offices around the 15 civilized galaxies. Unfortunately, the resulting increase in mail flow caused a catastrophic slowdown in mail services. When they contacted the great blue bureaucrat about increasing the resources of the intergalactic mail, he uttered 3 guttural noises from his posterior. Those noises translated into the words, "This is further proof that making the customer happy is nothing but a dangerous disruption to business." Confused by this declaration at first, it was eventually decided that the only sensible course of action was to remove the amazing fragrance from all mail transporters. Since then, they have all smelled vaguely of either annoyed impatience, bloated bureaucracy, or sandalwood.
What about the internet?
Though the intergalactic post office slogan is, in fact, "If you don't like it, bite me," you doubt they meant it literally.
Okay, so we got an order form that we can put into this mailbox.
I can tell you're stumped, but all I'm authorized to let you know is that A, doing that doesn't help, and B, smashing your computer won't help either.
So noted.
You drop the order form into the box. The mailbox hums and buzzes for a while. Then an object of some sort drops into the tray at the base of the box. The machine goes silent.
So is it like a replicator?
The mailbox looks typical for a mail. The sign says Radical Express.
Okay, let's grab it.
The mailbox looks the sign. The tray, which is actually a small indentation in the lower part of the machine, is currently bearing what looks to be a whistle.
Good,
take
because that's
the
what I
whistle.
ordered.
Obviously.
Alright.
The whistle is usual looking.
Yeah, it looks like a referee whistle.
You give the whistle a toot. It makes an odd sound.
Ouch.
Thanks to some fancy footwork, you are now picking yourself up off the ground after surviving a fall down a small cliff.
Oh, what are
The
these
spores
things?
are light blue and bulb-shaped. They seem to be loosely attached to the ground.
Yeah? Let's get one.
You take possession of one of the spores, being careful not to mistakenly break it open.
Can we talk to it?
It makes vibration noises and gurgling sounds, but you don't think it's any form of language. At least you hope it's not.
It's probably not.
The smell makes you feel dizzy. Whatever is in these things must be extremely noxious.
Okay, what does it taste like?
Do you really want to do that?
I do! Okay, what happens when we walk into one?
You seem to have kicked one of the strange little spores.
Oh, no! Are we
kick
dead?
Caused some spores to open and spray a fine powder into the air. As a result, you are paralyzed from head to toe, unable to move a single muscle.
Kind of like that one Star Trek episode, the original series.
This big old tree has grown in such a way that its leaves provide a canopy for you to walk under.
Yeah, but I'm lying right now. Oh, well that was quick.
Fortunately, the paralysis wears off and you seem to be back to normal.
Oh, I gotta keep that in mind. Now I know what those things are used for. Alright, so let's go on up here. And here's the root monster.
You can see a little guy across the clearing picking some sort of berries from a bush. You startle the odd little pink dude. causing him to bolt into the underbrush.
Alright, this is a good time to save. So let's save this as the vine maze. What happens if we walk into a vine?
You are not in a suitable location for that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to walk through.
It must not be a sentient plant. It smells earthy.
Really?
It smells... Let's not and say we did. Let's...
Okay.
They look sticky. You don't want to touch them. They look...
Let's walk into the vine. See what happens. Gross.
Good. You
Whoa.
succeeded in establishing contact with one of this planet's life forms. That was unexpected. The thing exploded, taking you on a one-way trip to that great garden in the sky.
Did that really happen?
If only it didn't look like a maze, you'd probably be able to think a bit more outside the box.
Well, last time it was a maze and you're supposed to go through the maze. So, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna... Can we put this thing on it? What happens?
You place the rabbit carcass on the sticky vine plant.
Okay. You know, before the whole plant itself would come over and eat you. But now the vines just pick you up?
Poor weird alien rabbit. First you scare it into an early death. Then you steal its corpse. Now you feed it to an alien plant. You're just not a very nice person, are you?
Well, at least its corpse is nourishing a plant. Why not? Like a Venus flytrap. Alright, we're gonna do this maze. We're gonna go all the way around, and then we're gonna go underneath that arch. Just like in the original Space Quest 2. Alright, let's just go over here, and then up here, and then we're gonna go underneath here. Just duck down. What? What? That thing just tore me in half! Well, that didn't happen before. You mean you can't negotiate the vine maze this time? Okay, you know what? We blew it up.
You shove the unstable ordnance up a readily available orifice of the dead creature. You're a sick man, Roger.
It's sticking out its ass. Alright, let's try this. Let's see if this works.
You place the rabbit carcass on the sticky vine plant.
So, I'm guessing you have to kill this monster. You can't walk around it.
Nothing like a good explosion to brighten up your day. And you thought you'd have to navigate the maze like vines.
I did. I did think that. Because that's what you did last
That
time.
unstable ordnance sure made short work of this vine creature.
Alright, so let's pick these berries since the pink dude was
You
doing
see
it.
large, plump berries on the bank of bushes in this field. You snag some of the odoriferous red berries.
They will come in useful later.
So how come you all are the only bushes with berries?
No response.
And smell.
The berries hanging on the bush look quite juicy and smell very pungent.
Let's taste them.
Ugh, you spit it up immediately. Nothing living could stand to have something this awful in its mouth.
Well, how would it spread if it can't stand to be eaten? Isn't that how berry-fruiting plants spread around, is having animals eat them and then their droppings? Oh, I don't know. Alright, let's just move on. We'll go on forward to the next screen. Now, there's a different way you could go to the east. if north was considered up, so we're gonna go by that convention. You can go up here,
These bushes grow and
then you can just go on to the east. So here's an upper path to the east. I guess we're gonna have to use the arrow keys. Okay. And what do we have here? A swamp, huh? Okay.
the trees here. Looking more carefully, you see a bite mark in the bark behind one of the trees in the swamp. Something must have chomped into a tree dweller here, and they took some of the tree with it. The trees here are slick and mossy. Looking more carefully, something must have...
Yeah, I saw something there.
The swamp water is mostly green. It must be reflecting the green of the canopy of leaves overhead.
Actually, it's more likely the algae. Those leaves are opaque, so they wouldn't reflect back to the water's surface. Now leave the narrating to me.
Just trying to help you out, Mr. Creepy Disembodied Voice that comments on everything I do.
There's no creatures visible in the water to talk to. Try going for a swim. Maybe some will show up.
Most definitely.
It smells like 3 different components. You can't quite place them.
Huh. What does it taste like?
You take a deep, hearty gulp of the highly questionable water.
No, I don't.
Alright, so we're gonna save here. This is the swamp. Alright, so
Yuck.
let's just go wander into this swamp without taking any precautions. I think I saw a monster that looked like the one in Star Wars in the garbage chute. Oh no.
The swamp monster attacks you with its slimy tentacles. You struggle in vain to free yourself.
Oh, they didn't narrate that? Oh, looks like we found a bug.
You're dead. Better luck next time, Roger.
Well, I guess you really couldn't call it a bug, but maybe they could go back and narrate it and release a patch for it. Or what else we could find? Yeah, you're supposed to put these berries on.
The strange red berries pack a very pungent aroma.
You're supposed to rub them all over yourself. That's what the pink dude was doing. It's like Vicks Vapor Rub.
You rub the berries all over your body. Now you smell like a walking ammonia inhalant.
Yuck.
Alright, now let's try this again. Let's see, can we go up here? No, I'm using arrow keys now. Alright, I guess we'll just go this way. Can we buy ourselves some time by sticking to the top of the screen? No.
The swamp monster attacks you with its slimy tentacles. Almost as suddenly, it spits you back out. You distinctly hear the sounds of aquatic gagging and retching. Evidently, you had a bad aftertaste from the berries.
Well, that's a good thing. Just like in Star Wars. The original, in the garbage chute.
You have stepped into a deeper area of the swamp. You are forced to swim.
Aha! Here we go.
You'd rather not look at it. In fact, you're trying hard not to think about what must be living in it.
Alright.
I'll get naked if you get naked. You go first.
Sure thing.
You take a deep breath, filling your lungs to near bursting, and head for the depths below.
Now, before you had to type in "take a deep breath," so we're gonna save here in case we drown. Called the Orium Cave, because that's what we're gonna be getting is a big hunk of Orium, and you don't know that's what it's called until Space Quest 3.
To your amazement, you find yourself in an underwater cavern. The water is much cleaner here than in the swamp above.
Really? Can you drink it?
You spend a moment waiting.
Okay.
Glurp, glurp, de terp sleep?
Close your mouth and swim, Jacques Cousteau.
Alright.
The amount of bad that you managed to pack into that idea is nothing short of impressive.
Why, thank you.
You gulp some of the water. Blech.
I thought it was cleaner. Okay. Well,
A natural tunnel descends into the water and down to the west. Glurp, close your mouth. It tastes like swampy water. I wouldn't try that. You might actually succeed and send water shooting into your lungs, killing you horribly.
that's what I'm trying to do.
The roots of the trees dig through the dense soil that is laid atop the rocks in this underwater tunnel.
Alright. Let's just go on to the left. And that glows from the Orium.
The rock walls look different under the water. They feel cold and wet, unsurprisingly.
How long can I hold my breath?
Save your breath. You'll need it to get out of here without drowning.
Should I be dead?
Your nose isn't big enough to cram the rock walls in there.
I wouldn't have lasted this long in King's Quest 1.
You're too far away. Ugh, tastes like moss. The cave walls look to be made of rock.
Oh, really?
The extensive tunnels of rock seem to end in an air pocket here. A small boulder with a glowing gem resting on it sits in this air pocket cavern. A small boulder.
Alright, let's grab this hunk of Orium.
You take the glowing gem.
Alright, let's have a look at it.
The glowing gem provides a gentle illumination.
And it still doesn't tell you it's Orium. Alright, alright. Can we go this way? Is there something hidden? I guess not. Now, is there sunlight coming through?
Once again, you wisely take in a load of air and head below.
Now, before, you actually had to type in take deep breath again, or else you would die before you would get to the surface.
You would only taste swamp water.
I guess we might as well just go on back. Now, viewers, if you've played Space Quest 3, you know that that Orium is the same one that you sell to Fester Blatz back on planet Fleabit. I always remembered having that in my inventory when I started. I'm like, where did that come from?
You have gotten out of the deep spot and are back on your soggy feet.
Okay, I guess we'll just continue on this way.
Looking at these trees, you notice the bark gets somewhat lighter the further the trees get from the swamp water.
I wonder why that is.
This isn't Earth Day. Or Earth, for that matter. No tree hugging.
Aha.
You call this a timberline? Pathetic. If I was standing way off on the horizon, I would be ashamed to think of this as a tree line. You guys should line up!
No response. It smells like woof. Wait, no, it smells like bark. No, these trees, like so many others before them, have a protective layer of bark which prevents you from discovering what the inside tastes like.
Yes, I know that. Alright, let's go this way. Let's look at these.
Leaves and fungi mark the edge of the swamp to the south. History of Science Theater people and robots. If you are in there, don't come out.
Isn't that Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Wait a minute. That smell. It's movie theater chemical butter substitute. Are those jerks from the History of Science Theater following you around?
No, it's Mystery Science Theater.
You know what? It's tempting. But it's not worth the risk that the mushrooms are the make-me-dead kind rather than the edible kind.
Well, only one way to find out. Oh well, let's just keep on going this way. And here we are at a cliff.
This tree is both vibrant and strong, holding its healthy canopy of foliage up high.
Uh-huh.
Rather than the kind of leaves you are used to seeing, this tree has long, thick green strands. Your experience as an amateur xenobotanist tells you that the sunlight must be highly radioactive. The slim foliage thus allows for photosynthesis that runs through natural filters, keeping the tree from poisoning itself with the sunlight that sustains it. No, I'm just kidding. You have no idea why the leaves are like that.
Alright, so I guess this is a good place to save. Will we be able to cross this chasm? Find out next time. We'll save here, and this is Big Los signing off. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode, and Tango and Buendia.